Good morning. I am Tim from Plugged Into Leadership, and you are here with Tea with Tim. Where's your leadership at? It's Monday morning. Let's go. Welcome. It is Monday morning. We finished up a series last week on crucial conversations. I hope you found that helpful and hope you applied some of those learnings over the last week or so, and you can use them in the future. Check out the videos last week. This week, we're going to be discussing confidence. And this is where kind of my leadership world, the things that I really enjoy about leadership and the things that I really enjoy about being a Christian kind of collide together a little bit. So what is confidence? Confidence is being content with oneself. And contentment is knowing that you have, hi Kristen, all that you need for the present circumstances. So confidence is in a sense knowing that you have what you need, that you can be content in that moment with whatever is going on. Now, for me, I was not a confident person for a very long time because I found my confidence in what other people thought about me. So growing up in middle school and high school, I was made fun of a lot. When I got out into the real world, I was still made fun of a lot. I wasn't seen as I wanted to be seen by others. And part of that affected my confidence. I wasn't finding my value where I needed to find my value. So this week, I'm going to challenge you to grow your confidence. And the first way that we can do that is that we can find our value system in how God values us. Because part of that contentment is saying, I'm not worth anything, I find my value in others, or what my paycheck is, or how much I do, or how many projects I've completed. And those are all going to be negative ways that you're going to evaluate yourself, and then you're going to go downhill with your confidence. So the first place to start to build your confidence is to find your value system in the same way that God values you. So how does God value you? How do we know that God values us? Well, there's two ways that we know that God values us. The first way is that he created us in his image, and we can look back to Genesis 1, 2, and 3 to kind of understand how God has created us in his image and how he values us and how he's given us some commands to love him and to be fruitful and multiply. And the second way that we can know that God values us is we can look at what Jesus Christ did on the cross. And when we look at what Jesus Christ did on the cross, that is the greatest picture of love that Jesus has for his people, that God has for his people. And that death on the cross, I know you may be saying, yeah, but how can we know that that really happened? And that was such a long time ago. And why would we find our value in ourselves today in an event that maybe happened 2,000 years ago? Well, let me just give you a few pieces to think about when it comes to confidence in ourselves. When we're thinking about the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, it is one of the most, if not the most well-attested historical event in history. You'll find atheists, you'll find Jews, you'll find Muslims, you'll find agnostics, historians that are in this field that will agree that Jesus existed and that he died on the cross and that there was reports of him being seen after his death. So when you look at the wide array of different historians that are professional historians, the majority of them will attest to those few things: that Jesus lived, that he died on a cross, and that he was reported to be seen afterwards. So we can have confidence in that event. And when we realize that and we understand that and we apply that to ourselves and what that means for our value, that Jesus was willing to die for us, even though we know we're not perfect, we know that we mess up, we know that we have things in our lives that aren't right, but Jesus, the creator of all that we see, the creator of the universe that knows where every molecule and atom is at every second, valued us enough to die on a cross, rose again so that we could have a relationship with God. So the first step to confidence, the very, very, very first step to confidence, is that no matter what's going on around us in our world, is that we can be content with ourselves because we know that we find our value not in what we do, not in what we say, not in what we look like, not in much in how much we get paid, not in how well we did on a project, but that we know that we were created in God's image, and that we know that we were bought with a price, and that price was with the blood of Jesus Christ. And we can be confident in those two things. So this week we're going to continue to look at other ways that we can build our confidence, but this is so foundational to everything that we're going to talk about for the rest of the week. I would encourage you to share this video. Last week we had a resource winner, Edna Franklin. Congratulations to Edna Franklin. That will be coming out to you shortly. So excited to continue on my series, Tea with Tim, Love My Cup. And you can join the conversation by sharing the video and inviting somebody along to watch the video with you and discuss it. So thank you so much for hanging out this morning. I appreciate it, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. Thanks.